Anyways, I have a lot. I kinda came prepared. If I move my camera, I have a lot of pages. Fuck me, bro. So I've known about the GD drama for more than a week. Then it's been out because this has been a interestingly public thing of all time. And the only reason I didn't cover it in any of my videos is there was so much shit coming out, but like every hour, to a point where I was like, might as well just have it in one stream, but like whatever. Because if I made the video, Paul's would have went out of his way to go and was it copyright claim it and just be like it's hate speech, which he has done before in the past. He yes, used to be. And the most funniest thing is the only reason I genuinely didn't want to do anything, or I wanted to be like just my face camera talk, is because him and Viper are very known for copywriting stuff that talks bad about him. Which even I'm not gonna listen to anything. I might as well just put these off, just for like the occasional case, because I'm not listening to anything. So no, it's not because it's because there's a lot of shit that was leaked in the moderator chat, which allowed a lot of stuff I can't show, because I'm not risking that Pause is gonna be on my ass again, because that's really fucking stupid. Pause and Viperin are like the two main culprits of like this whole thing, and Hansman isn't even like the first person that should be looking. Is Dolphy problem is kind of the same thing. Is yeah, like remember when Paul threatened legal action against Vegas for displaying in evidence the Viper is a creep to his audience, or and this is an actual screenshot. Mind you, this was I think last year or like 2 years ago. At this point, it doesn't even matter because it's kind of true. It's sorry to come to this, but you have left every single shared server disabled for requests, and when they send you a new one, you basically deleted your ability to reach to be reached anyways. I am here to give you an option of taking down the video, defaming me and my friends. You basically implied that I am a pedophile and continue to baselessly claim horrible things about Viper. Viper and I are considered striking your videos for defamation. That's one thing that he's like, I don't give a fuck. He's gonna do it. Yes, he has the power. Yes, he talks laptop. But that doesn't give you the power to just go and strike because they're not actually defaming you. There is proof, and there's always been proof. I can't show proof because I know for a fact Paul is gonna watch this because he always does. He is up with every single drama, the most diabolical shit. He's up with all this, mind you. A guy that's up for all this, it's ridiculous. And then he basically just says like, which we believe is fully within our legal right. However, we would prefer to end this without that, and we don't want to permanently damage your ability to make videos. We believe you're worthy of redemption, and want to give you that opinion. Now, redemption never happened. Trust me, Vavix has not had a redemption since that day. I don't know where he disappeared to, but he's just gone. He is just fully gone. Which is interesting that he just disappeared, which just makes no sense. But who cares? Let's go back to the tweets. Now, this was kind of the first one. This is kind of just like, don't forget this happened the same day that hacked GD and exposed Dolphy, which is interesting because, next thing is kind of the same thing. It's like this was when Dolphy verified this. Is that actually proved Dolphy hacked Tartarus? Why is everyone all of a sudden talking about it? This was a couple days ago. This was on the 17th. And this was like, it was like a big scandal in 2020 Russian GDC, but eventually all the accusations were completely shattered. So don't take it seriously. All this stuff, there is a website for it. Okay, there is a website for it. Which is interesting. There's a website because you always expect a Google Doc. I'm not gonna show the link to the website. You can pretty much find it on Twitter. It's a public Twitter thing, and it's not even really that much of a surprise because it has everything. It has all the evidence in there, which it feels weird because he was like banned from the demon list for a very long time. It was suspicious he beat that, and his activity just went from like he was going up to just drop, and then it just disappeared. It's like cursed bank card we're talking about a month ago. Ice Cave mentioned it. Like all these people were like even Riot, even in the Dasher podcast, he did say that he thinks he hacked it, which He kind of later admitted to Vernam and a lot of other people that he was also talking to children, which is very ironic from a Russian and a GD public community member. Impressive, but can't say much. Outside of that, it feels really weird that, for a very long time we thought he verified it, when in reality it technically doesn't make sense. Yeah. And this guy has like been doing so much fucking backtracking now, because like it's crazy. Because Arab the Arab treatment was just like, just forget about Arab. He did stuff, fuck it, whatever. But like Pause is a different person. Is because he used to tell people to raid these servers and like just do stuff like in the screenshot. Time to raid another server. Yes, these guys are assholes. Spam at everyone. Stuff like that. And him being the like third most powerful person in GD is kind of weird. Because if you have a mod like that, bro, I would not be interested in having a YouTube being a moderator with someone who has that much power and just doesn't do anything with it. Like it's weird. If we really look at it, it's really weird that there's somebody with this much power. He can pretty much ban people. He's done this. He is falsely striking people because he says it's like defamation. But Google Docs have full proof. They have full screenshots. Same thing for Viper. And there's a lot of open docs, a lot of them, which if you just take a one Google look, you can easily find them. I'm not gonna do it because I know for a fact most of them are Twitter. When you open Twitter, there's a lot of IP grabbers, which I've noticed. I've noticed one of the most recent Google Docs that they've made on like a GD person was the most funniest IP grabber of all time. You just take it and that's it, and you just basically just like doxed. So they didn't really care about it. And then this was, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Mosey was the verifier. Yes. But it's kind of funny. The day that all the stuff came out about Dolphy being a hacker and all the website thing, his pictures of his penis, the pictures of him talking to a children, 11-year-old to be more precise, everyone's response is, Tartarus has more than almost 1,000 victors, which it doesn't. It probably has like closer to 500 or 600. And people just say like, who cares? It's such a long time. They're basically giving it the same like ICDX Zodiac kind of reference. Not reference, but kind of like a slackback. Which is weird. I will say it is very weird. I mean, it's also coming from me. I mean, I've been in my own controversies, and no one likes me. But that's a different story for a different day that I've already explored. And the same thing is like, well, what's like the closest approach you can get to talking about, Pause. Closest you get is like you're a damn, you're a Megalon. That's a crazy ass name. Manchild who's gotten away with TOS breaking activities both in GD and Discord just because you can. Unworthy of a position and power as you freak of a sidekick and careless boss master. And I will say that the couple conversations I had with him, it's really fucking weird. Because this guy acts so egotistical to a point where it doesn't make sense. Why are you this egotistical? Like, you're in the position where you kind of have to care about stuff. You are the guy. Like, he owns the GD Discord server. If his account gets hacked, that's it, bro. GD server's gone. Like, there's no backing into it. So, like, why are you acting egotistical about stuff, you kind of have to care about? And with the same guy that leaked moderator chats, he was also silenced, and I have not heard from him since. Just kind of saying, the laptop is banned Geomaniac for merely being dragged into this whole fiasco without his consent, and has to terminate multiple proven pedophiles such as Advik Reisenhind. So, for a short period of time, Geomaniac's account was banned on Geometry Dash just because somebody hacked into his account and kept sending levels, which is ironic because that's the funniest way you can get banned. And we have a lot of other people that like have actual proof that they are, PDFs and a lot of other stuff. So why aren't they banned from the game? Like, are they trying to defend them because they're big content creators? Because Advik cannot do a cease and desist. He can't. He's not that rich to where he can do a cease and desist. That's kind of funny. Because he's not going to do a cease and desist. If he gets banned, he can just create a new account and just get put banned on that one. Why is your name an ice cube? That's an interesting way. But anyways, if we're realistically talking about him, why aren't they banned? Why do you have to ban Geomaniac, the one person that was hacked? Okay, he was hacked. He didn't do this shit out of his own will. He was hacked. The hacker just sent stuff. He gets banned. Boom. So what gives him the different approach? Because he's Geomaniac. He's the controversial GD moderator. Mind you, he's a very open. He used to be a mod. He was as open as you can get. He was roasting everybody. He was as shit. He was just messing with people. Yeah, and then this is basically the explanation. Like, Geomaniac got banned for having his level sent by a hacker when he told them not to. And that's it. That's fucking funny. And kind of makes sense because X Creator Gold is one of the most annoying fucking shits of all time. One of the most annoying content creators. Like, he's like, if he sees something, fuck bro, he's actually gonna do something. Like, he's just gonna go and complain, go and make videos on stuff that don't even, nobody cares. He's just fucking clip farming for everything. And he acts really stupid, which is really stupid. I mean, if you know X Creator Gold, you know what I'm talking about. But like, there's not much you can say about the guy. He's really fucking stupid. Also, I'm going to be doing a quick search on GD Colon, which is what I wanted to talk about. He had a very funny response towards this whole thing, which is really fucking stupid. Stupidest response I've ever seen. And oops, no, is that the wrong tweet? It's supposed to be wrong tweet. That is the wrong tweet. And oh boy. And we get to the juicy stuff actually. No one likes X Creator Gold, but look at this. Pause makes a statement, and it's just every single mod saying, just thank you for posting this. People can understand the passion volunteering. You volunteer for a game for free. Okay, you become a mod for free. Message me if you start streaming something else. Okay, have a good time. And then he just, like, everyone sounds like an AI bot. And just like, see, like, like, all these messages just don't look so, they look so fucking stupid. Why don't you just do it? See, like, why did Pause have to go and post, like, hey, I was on professional speaking to Stellar, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no one cares, you know? It doesn't make sense. We don't fucking care. They should defend a 16-year-old to a 21-year-old Gab. Why is their gut reaction to such an edgy up legality? I don't know. I mean, that's Pause. I mean, he's gonna go and defend anybody. But, when it comes to defaming him, which isn't really defaming, like, if you look at half the posts, they're just mostly saying, like, is he fucking stupid? Anyway, someone's screaming outside. Which is interesting, because it's kind of the same things like if you're a GD mod, you are not allowed to criticize mod team or the game that is handled, the mod chats of leak confirmation. It's insane how people get their dignity. Because one of the screenshots that was posted that I can't find, which I've been looking for a while, is, oh yeah, there it is, never mind, I have it, is GD modders are not allowed to criticize the game, by the way. If Raptor does something bad, they're not allowed to speak negatively about it, or else they face demotion, which, kind of ironic. 2024, pause. The rules for both this server and in general community are explained here. Act mature and respectful. You should never insult or harass anyone, whether it is through derogatory terms, hate speech, spam, and similar. This also applies to starting hateful conversations about community members or other members of the server. Moderators are representatives of RobTop and should act as such. For the season, it is expected you are respectful towards him as well, refraining from publicly speaking negatively about the game. And what happens if you resign? You can talk shit, but guess what? You can always get banned. Even if you had a very good positive reputation. That's why I called it a couple months ago when I was streaming. I quite literally called it. Is everyone's leaving because they see something bad happening, so they don't want to be involved in the future. I can't find that clip because that shit doesn't exist. Thanks to people who've been sending me level requests of derogatory fucking pictures. Thank you so much. But going back on like other stuff, We had King Tony, Pac, Rock Wizard, and Zircon resign from moderation, which is really sad. It's kind of sad to see, them go away. Like Pac, especially. He's a good fucking mod. He was one of the most interesting mods I've seen. And just a reminder that GM moderators are simply volunteers who play underrated levels and report racist comments. People act like mod team is some kind of shadow council controlling the game, but I promise that higher decisions are not coming from mod chat. And I turned my head if was it? And suddenly GMD is like, all moderators are terrible because unfortunately a few bad decisions. Hold people accountable if you want. And then, hey Colin, there is people falsely using the log leak to say mods are defending pedos. Everything leaked from mod chat is wildly out of context, specifically phrased to stir drama. And he just goes and answers. He there was one thing that he did answer that he made a post of this is said some dumb things related to the situation yesterday and apologized. Probably not going to say much more about this because every post only digs a bigger hole. Yes, it does. It does dig a bigger and deeper hole. But you kind of realize no one is giving statements because they care about their PR too much. And PR basically just stands as they want to be seen as the good guys. They want to see that they're doing all the good stuff. Yes, praise them. Actually, no, they're not doing anything that good. Why they gotta go out of your way to just sit there and be like, I'm a part of the moderation team. So I know all the drama about people being, pedos, all the kind of stuff. But then it also means Vortrox knew. If Vortrox knew, he stayed quiet. That means he also is involved in this. So why aren't we talking about Vortrox? Someone else that recently became a mod, he knows about it too. So and also Whiskey knows about it. So at this point, you might as well just go to every single mod and be like, they knew, but they decided to stay quiet. Which now defending your PR movement, you're not saving you can save your career a bit. But that was really stupid from Colin. Is he just the more he talks about this, yeah, he doesn't talk about it anymore because he wants to save his reputation. He doesn't want to go because this is also stupid. Accounts that mention can reply. He mentioned nobody, by the way, so nobody can and like they can do all this, but they can't comment, which typical Colin move, Though I will say it is something of a strange creature being. Same thing as this one, So what we're discovering is Paul some even worse is even more incompetent than the guy who is the most generous scenario you can possibly live. Accidentally entering a relationship with a 16-year-old as a 21-year-old man. Yes. And then Geomaniac took like 2 days to get unbanned. Unreasonable. And then same. I mean, X-Critical is always gonna be in drama because he's like the most dumbest person of all time. And then the newest dumbest update is the worst. Who looked at the current roster of leaderboard mods and they said, you know what? I think they should be able to change difficulty of demons. There's a lot of demons that have been up demoted or like up demoned, which is really stupid. Really, really stupid. And yeah, the mod team has been planning crazy bullshit for 10k for a while. And then there's like, oh, they're doing to cover up. No, this is not an unfortunate timing because this drama was stirring up slowly. He was raiding a lot of demons to kind of get that 10k mark. It's kind of the same thing here as people resigning. It's really stupid. This whole drama is just really stupid. I mean, same thing goes for like Dansman. Dansman is kind of funny because for a few weeks, I built great Raptor with him playing some of my favorite levels in front of him, showing him how awesome the game truly is. The fact in fact, he was the one who started the GD conversation by pointing out my arm tattoo. One day he tells me that his dreams to become a mod without hesitation. I tell him that I used to be a mod for the game a long time ago, and he looked at me with admiration, and as he's in my presence of a famous athlete, my immediate reaction of expression isn't subtle. I'm visibly sad. I'm sad because I'm aware that very thing he's idolizing is what I personally spent over half a decade distancing myself from. The toxicity, power trips, deep-seated insecurity, etc. I knew it too well when I was a mod, and I made It made him absolutely miserable. I don't want to curse the kids off, so I went on the lesson. I can see the problems are still rampant, blah, blah, blah. And what makes this whole drama a bit more interesting is everyone knows this. Everyone knew that the moderation drama is just kind of stupid, but they kind of just proceeded to not care about it. I mean, I'm personally gonna say, I mean, I think they're all at fault. That's my stand.